And let's start off here in the Northeast with the New York Football Giants and the Dallas Cowboys, 107-108. Look at the ticket split here in this game with SBRodds.com. Roughly 7 out of every 10 tickets here, Kyle, coming in on the road team here, the Dallas Cowboys. Playing better, offense much more efficient. You saw them detonate the Eagles' defense last week, but now you're going to get at least a semblance of a challenge and a much better defense what the Eagles actually brought to the table specifically in the secondary for the New York Giants this week. This line opened up around a 1-point favorite for Dallas. We saw it get as high as 3 points, but now the buyback coming in, seeing a couple outlets at 1.5 and 2s across the board. Over-under is taking a drop as well. 47 down to 44.5 at some outlets here. Some rain in the forecast in the Meadowlands, and immediately when I see that, Kyle, if it's a dome atmosphere, Andy Dalton's playing well, they got wide receivers, they can hit it deep. But now you're going to take a look at Joe Judge in his zone playing high school 1985 football. Bring on the rain. That helps the team that's not as talented, which the New York Giants are. I'm still not buying in because I don't believe in the Giants offense. When I think I can get a play, Kyle, Dallas, I think, can at least give it to me here. I'm going to still stick with the Dallas Cowboys this week, despite that line dropping about a point and a half.
Yeah, I'm tentatively staying with you there as well. And I really do want to see what this weather looks like, if it's going to be rain and wind and really sort of negate the passing offense for Dallas, because that's their only advantage in this game. Their run defense is one of the worst in the league. So if the weather's bad and the passing game is limited and you take away those weapons, Lamb, Cooper, Gallup, it gives the Giants a much clearer path to victory. But I'm with you. I mean, it's hard to believe in Joe Judge. It's hard to believe in the Giants. I know they had that nice little run, a few weeks ago. And you're right. That Giants defense, much better than what you're going to see out of the Eagles. James Bradbury should give Cooper some problems out there on the outside. The weather is going to be a factor in this game. If you turn on the pregame show and you're looking on the field and it looks, oftentimes we joke about it all the time. You see outside the stands and it's torrential downpour and the wind's blowing. Then you get in the stadium and everything's nice and calm. That favors Dallas. Dallas has the more weapons, the better quarterback, which is crazy to say. So I'm with you. Right now I'm taking the Cowboys. But if that weather gets nastier and it looks like it's going to be just a run fest, you got to favor the Giants because that defense is much, much better than the Cowboys. The Cowboys defense can't stop anyone on the ground. And if they're struggling, if this is a run fest, I think the Giants could take this game. But right now I'm with you. I like the Cowboys.
I agree with the sentiment that you have here because when you look at it, let's just say a more physical football team, it's the Giants. But I just can't get over week to week watching the Giants on offense. It is painful. Like we love to talk pain. The good pain, like you take the Jets and they get a team total over. But when you take the New York Giants or bet them, it's so frustrating because they don't do anything in the way of a 2020 offense and how they would operate. Hand the football from first down for a yard. Hand it off on second down for 2 more yards. Third down play, 5-yard out to Stone Hands Ingram, and you end up punting the football, and Joe Judge loves it. Ooh, that's great. We didn't turn it over. Let's flip field position. Look at the last 5 games. They played Cincinnati, who was god-awful. 19-17, they pick up a win. The Seattle game, which they end up winning. They scored only 17 points in that game, were shut out at the half. Arizona, one of the worst, I can't say one of the worst, but a lower level defensive team for an NFL standards, yeah. Arizona. They got 7. They played the Cleveland Browns. We both know, Kyle, Cleveland's not anything special on defense. 6 points. They got wrecked at Baltimore. 13 points. And the same thing that comes up each and every week, whether I have it on, the ticket or if I'm watching the red zone or just on regular TV, I watch the Giants offense and go, boy, if they get 20, it's a miracle. And I can't bet that way when I'm going up against a team that I think can score 20 points in this one.
Yeah, you're 100% right. And you're going to see probably a lot of 4th and 4. Joe Judge runs the punting unit on, then runs them off, and all this stupid crap that he does there. I can't believe that I'm rooting for the Cowboys. The last thing I want to see in the playoffs is the Giants and all that nonsense. And then probably the second thing I don't want to see is Mike McCarthy and Andy Dalton. But alas, of those teams in the NFC East, the Cowboys at least have the best chance of making it an entertaining first-round game there in the wild card. So I'm rooting for the Cowboys. I think they're a better team, and you're right. If they get to 20 points, it's an absolute miracle. The running game is going to be how they do it. Dallas can't stop anybody on the ground. So if the Giants' running game is humming, it's problems for the Cowboys. Again, I think that keeping an eye on that weather is an important factor this week. But right now, just overall talent. And you see Zach Martin could return for Dallas this week, too, which is a nice addition to that offensive line. They activated him, at least, yesterday on Wednesday. We'll see if he gives it a go. Dallas, more talent, more explosive offense. I think the Cowboys get it done this week.
Yeah, last three games, which were all wins for the Cowboys, 30 points, 41 points, and 37 points. Mm-hmm. If they can put up into the 20s, I can't see a pathway to victory if the Dallas Cowboys are in the 20s, which I think they will be. I just don't see the Giants putting up points. I've watched it too many times this year. There's nobody explosive on the offense. You have a tight end that can be a game changer, which every other pass he drops, and that just stalls out drives. And Daniel Jones, again, reading into what he's doing. Hey, he's going to play from the pocket until he gets help. That's the last place I want Daniel Jones playing from. The only reason why he can be a competent quarterback is because he can pull the football on a read option and run around end. If he can't do that, he is a useless quarterback to me in the NFL. So that's the first game we'll start off with. A lot of playoff implications. Again, keep in mind, winner of that game is going to wait for the night game between the Washington football team and the Philadelphia Eagles to see if they need that or who gets in. I'm just looking earlier. Both the teams will be full go. One team has at least competent players on it. The other team just has a coach that likes to do push-ups. You could do push-ups into the offseason. Congratulations. Let's go. Keep it moving.